Alright guys, this is gonna be just a small update video, but some craziness just got confirmed. Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon are the final games on the Nintendo 3DS. Just take that in for a second. It's confirmed. There's no more 3DS Pokemon games ever after this. And of course, they're talking about the main series. This was in talk between IGN and the producer of Ultra Sun and Moon, who is Shigeru Omori. And what they're saying is that this is the final main series Pokemon game on the Nintendo 3DS, representing all of their work on the device put together. I just can't believe it. It's so mind-blowing to hear that. Here, let me pull up the actual IGN article so you guys can see what they said. When we were making Pokemon X and Y, we were really trying to push the 3DS system to its absolute limits, which is what we thought we'd done. But when Sun and Moon came out, we completely redesigned the system and actually ended up pushing the 3DS even further to what we thought was the most we could draw out of it. And I totally agree. The step up from black and white to actual 3D models and just making everything 3D, the chibi format in X and Y was actually perfect, because we were used to chibi icons anyway. You ran around as a little icon. But when Sun and Moon came out, it felt like a Final Fantasy or like some Fire Emblem game. They really pushed it completely to the edge. But to hear them saying this, to hear them saying that this is actually the furthest we tried to push it and could push it, makes you think back to everything, you know, Pokemon following you and everything. It can't be done on the 3DS. There's only so much you can do, and they've been trying to push it further and further. There's a bit more here. With Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, we've tried to eke that out more and really push the system to its absolute limits. And we're now feeling that perhaps this is the maximum of what we can get out. So we're really treating Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon as the culmination of our work with the 3DS system. That is, like, it's so bittersweet to hear. They're saying that they're putting all of their work, everything that they learned making games up to this point, and everything they learned about the 3DS system and all the stuff they wanted to do, they're putting it into Ultra Sun and Moon as the final games for the 3DS line. Which is crazy if you think about it, because there's been actually quite a few games on the 3DS. There is X and Y, then Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, Sun and Moon, and now Ultra Sun and Moon. I guess you've got enough games to move on. And of course, what this shifts us to think about is the Nintendo Switch. We got general confirmation like a few months ago that there's indeed a core main series Pokemon game being developed for the Switch and developed by Game Freak. So it's not some mystery dungeon or anything. It was hard to accept at the time that Pokemon really could be shifting to the Switch. And I saw an argument in my notifications bar saying that Pokemon may have a game on the Switch, but there's no way they're gonna leave the 3DS line and start just making games for the Switch. But I guess it makes sense. The Switch really is like the perfect successor to the 3DS. Now, obviously not in every case. The 3DS is still just a little sleek thing that you can just take anywhere you want. But the Switch tries to take the best parts of the 3DS, and it did go in the right direction with it. There's a lot of people who don't even have TVs and just use the Switch as a portable console. But man, this is some huge news. I guess it really does spark up the interest for the next Pokemon game, because we know one's being made. And I even posted a tweet the other day about Sinnoh remakes, saying how Sinnoh remakes would have the greatest cutscene potential, obviously speaking like 3 years down the line for the 3DS. But if it's time to be working on the Switch, I guess that means they're trying to push the limits to their hardware again. It seems they want to introduce more things. Pokemon following you is the biggest thing I can think about, since that's a second full model that follows behind you. But I guess recreating the world in a bigger 3D format, making it fully explorable and crap, Pokemon really wants to just leave the 3DS and go onto the Switch. I guess you're intended to have high hopes for these games, because these are the last 3DS games. When you look back at the 3DS line, the thing that's going to be at the end of the line is Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. Just like how when you look at the DS line, Black and White and Black 2 and White 2 are the last games they made. A year from now, we're going to be talking about Switch news. Maybe it'd be Diamond and Pearl remakes. Maybe it'd be some Pokemon Rainbow crap where they're just making Generation 8. Right, guys, let me know your thoughts on this. There's a lot to just take in here, and I want to know what your fresh thoughts are. Of course, if you're angry, let me know in the comments that you're angry. Of course, there's going to be everyone complaining that now you gotta buy a Switch, as if they even have them at the stores. You can't even get your hands on a Switch. But it's just sad to see, because whenever they move up to a new console, it feels like the former console is dead. With the recent rumors we've been talking about and stuff, just let me know what you might be expecting from Ultra Sun and Moon, because they've really been putting work into this. They made it twice as long as Sun and Moon. They did the craziest things in a sister game, and they introduced Ultra Recon Squad, Ultra Beast. I really do feel they're trying to satisfy us with this game before they move up to the new console. So yeah, guys, as always, I'll see you all in the next video. Peace.